If May didn't feel eventful enough, despite multiple killer releases, June should up the ante. Besides all the showcases and potential big announcements, it sees the launch of a brand new Nintendo console, the first new Mario Kart title in over 11 years, the long-awaited sequel to Kojima Productions' Death Stranding, and so much more. Let's go over 15 biggest releases of June 2025. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. A new Kojima Productions title is like an event unto itself, and Death Stranding 2 on the Beach is no exception. Bigger, weirder, brimming with new concepts and gameplay mechanics, it takes Sam Porter Bridges to a new continent as he attempts to reconnect it. A heavier focus on action, new traits and proficiency levels, new BTs, a day/night cycle, deeper stealth mechanics, changing weather, new characters, a Magellan Man. All of this is only scratching the surface. One thing is for sure though, it's distinctly Hideo Kojima. Death Stranding 2 arrives on June 26th for the PS5. Mario Kart World. Everyone expected Grand Theft Auto 6 to roll in with an $80 price tag, but as it turns out, it was a Mario all along. Based on the tens of millions that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold, Mario Kart World is unquestionably the killer app. And to be fair, Nintendo hasn't been slouching in terms of evolving the mechanics. Tracks are now part of a large open world, teeming with optional activities, collectibles, and challenges. Tons of new racers and karts await alongside cosmetics to unlock. The core gameplay is rife with new power-ups, moves, and even things like Rewind. There's a lot here, but is it enough? We'll find out when Mario Kart World launches on June 5th alongside the Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Is Welcome Tour going to be a surprisingly fun experience like Astro's Playroom? Most likely not, but as a playable exhibit gamifying all the mechanics of the Switch 2, Nintendo could do worse. With minigames and quizzes, it promises a learning experience into everything that makes up Nintendo's console. Free would have been the best price point, but as it stands, $10 isn't too much to ask. Let's hope it offers some bang for our buck when it launches alongside the Switch 2. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. Like a Dragon has evolved beyond the confines of Yakuza into brand new locations and gameplay mechanics, but Yakuza 0 remains timeless. It's coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 as the Director's Cut, packing new cutscenes, some of which provide a sense of closure per the voice cast, and English voiceovers. You can also team up with other players in online PvE battles, selecting from 60 characters. Don't let the fact that it was originally launched in 2015 distract you from playing arguably the best Yakuza game in the franchise. Mind's Eye. How could a game generate hype despite the lack of extensive gameplay and details, especially about 2 weeks from launch? Your guess is as good as mine, but Build a Rocket Boy's Mind's Eye has inexplicably figured it out. The idea of a single-player action adventure in a futuristic city from Leslie Benzies of Grand Theft Auto fame is certainly appealing, make no mistake. But Mind's Eye could end up sublimely brilliant, or precisely what the short teases have revealed. Either way, we're keen to see the results when it launches on June 10th for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine Master Crafted Edition. As if upcoming updates for Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, like the free Horde-like siege mode, weren't enough, Sega, Relic Entertainment, and Sneaky Box are bringing back the original Space Marine. Launching on June 10th for Xbox Series X and S and PC for $40, the Master Crafted Edition features improved visuals, including 4K resolution support, remastered audio, and modernized controls. It also packs in all the DLC like armor sets, golden weapons, map packs, and chapter packs, and promises crossplay for its 8v8 PvP matches. While it's a shame that PS5 players will miss out, the Space Marine 1 is a must-play for any fan of 40K. The Alters. Numerous teases of conflicts and gruesome outcomes later, 11-bit Studios' oft-delayed sci-fi survival/base building title The Alters is finally launching on June 13th for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC. As Jan Dulski, players arrive on a hostile planet and discover the rest of their crew dead. With no other recourse to managing the giant moving base and needing to outrun a deadly sun, he creates alters, each a living, breathing Jan with unique skills, occupations, wants, needs, and mood swings. harvest materials, meet their demands, survive various hazards, and maybe you make it back home with all limbs intact. FBC Firebreak. Years after Control, the Hiss still occupies the oldest house. With resources depleting and no other options, the Bureau turns to Firebreak, which ventures into different locations to tackle paranatural threats. As a 3-player co-op shooter, players choose a crisis kit, perks, and weapons before diving into a job, from destroying hundreds of thousands of sticky notes to stopping a powerful furnace. It's a new initiative for Remedy, better known for its single-player titles, but with no FOMO, a $40 price tag, and free content updates. FBC Firebreak may be worth checking out when it launches on June 17th for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC. Lost in Random: The Eternal Die. Zoink's underappreciated Lost in Random is getting a roguelike sequel courtesy of Thunderful, and this time the focus is on the former queen. Now going by Alexandra, she's trapped inside the Black Die. Together with Fortune, she must escape its 4 regions, facing various enemies and bosses to escape. With more than 100 relics to custom fast-paced real-time action and the same gorgeous art style, Lost in Random: The Eternal Die launches on June 17th for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. Who could have thought that Night City in all its glitz and gore would ever become playable on a Nintendo console? Probably not PS4 and Xbox One players who can experience Phantom Liberty. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition brings the base game to Switch 2 players with every update and the acclaimed expansion with relatively decent performance. Best of all, the physical version contains the entire package on a cartridge. No game key shenanigans, like every other Switch 2 title. It's out on June 5th. Rematch. Sifu developer Sloclap's newest title is something unexpected. Launching on June 19th for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC, Rematch is a soccer, or football for the rest of the world, title where players compete in 5v5 matches, promising an accessible experience with deep mechanics and a focus on player skill. Its open beta saw a positive response on Steam last April, with almost 134,000 peak concurrent players. Here's hoping the full game can capture that magic and keep the momentum going, especially at $30. System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster. Almost 6 years after its announcement, System Shock 2's Enhanced Edition is set to release on June 26th for Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Now known as the 25th Anniversary Remaster, it includes mod support on PC, new trophies and achievements, ultra widescreen support, and 4K resolution support. PC players can select 144 frames per second, while Xbox Series X and PS5 can opt for 120 FPS. If it's as compelling as System Shock Remake, expect System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster to be another winner. Tron Catalyst. After the visual novel mystery of Tron Identity, Bithell Games is back with Tron Catalyst, an action-adventure take. This time, players control Exo, who gains the Glitch, a mysterious power that could upend the Arc Grid. With beat-em-up mechanics, light cycles, and the ability to rewind time with glitches, Catalyst could be another solid addition to the franchise when it launches on June 17th for Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, PS5, and PC. Street Fighter VI Years 1 to 2 Fighters Edition. With Mortal Kombat 1 support ending and Tekken 8 recovering from Season 2 changes, Street Fighter VI remains the premier mainstream fighter. It's coming to Switch 2 on launch day, and along with all DLC fighters from Years 1 and 2, it includes crossplay and 2 exclusive modes. Gyro Battle has players fighting with gyro controls, and Calorie Contest, which is pretty much the same but with the calorie mechanic. Regardless, you still get an excellent fighting game with a stellar roster, including the upcoming Elena, and some great online features. Zombie Army VR. For those of you still gaming in VR, be it on Steam, Quest 2, or PlayStation VR 2, Rebellion Zombie Army series should help fill the increasing void. Out on June 12th, the campaign is new but offers the same World War II weaponry and over-the-top action of the franchise, complete with gruesome X-ray kill cams. There's only 2-player co-op, but it's better than nothing. Hey, did you know that we at Gaming Bolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.